This is the 5-gallon bucket mouse trap. These are the instructions below, and there is a little how to properly install picture right here. It also gives you some ideas for how to use right here, and some ideas for bait, and various use scenarios in the corner over there. So right now we're going to put it together, and then we will test it out and see how it holds up overnight. So here are all the pieces. This set comes with 2. We've got our 2 tops. We've got 4 of these shorter pieces. We've got these 2 triangle pieces, and we've got the ramps. So to put these together, the diagram shows that you insert this in place first, which my kit already came with it in place. You take this black piece and you slide it. So I first tried to attach these sides to the base of the mousetrap, but it was not working very well, and I was getting really frustrated with it. So then I decided to try to attach it to the triangle piece instead, which is the top of the mousetrap. And it worked way better. I had a way easier time getting that top part on to the sides, and it snaps right in place. And then I was able to attach it way easier to the base after the sides were all put together to that top piece. I think it's fun that they made this mousetrap look like a piece of cheese. Makes it kind of funny. Putting together the second one went a lot quicker. After getting these all together, let's take this outside and connect it to the bucket. Yeah, this is the setup. This fits right on top, nice on the bucket. This ramp has little notches in the bottom, and they just fit right into the notches onto the lid. I tested this thing out for several days. The first location I put this mousetrap was in our garden, and I found a mouse hole there. My first method was to put food directly on the mousetrap. I put some cheese and some peanut butter. I put it on the very tip. I noticed, though, that it kind of weighed down. As you can see, it's tipping into the bucket a little bit. I tried to put as little as possible so it did not tip quite as much, but I still did notice it tipping a little bit. I did not end up catching anything doing this method. This was method number 2 after a couple days of no success with the other method. I saw this on a couple other videos. What you do is you place a piece of tape on the mousetrap with the flap tipped back. Then when you flip the mousetrap back over, you can put food on top of the tape. This allows you to have food in the back of the mousetrap without putting weight on the part of the mousetrap that is supposed to be tipping, allowing the mouse to go into the bucket, and thus lifting the other part up when it needs to stay down. This was part of what helped me have success in the end. There was one other factor that I will show you at the end of this video that created the most successful situation for the mousetrap to work. I don't know how much I'm able to show you, but if you can kind of see on the outside of my fingers, you can kind of see the head and the tail. I got one. The best thing I found that worked is you want something to draw them in from the bottom. So I put peanut butter kind of on this ramp here. I kind of just scraped a knife with the peanut butter on it kind of up. I put a little bit right here. And then on the inside, it's covered with ants everywhere. I don't know. Inside, I have that piece of tape there I showed earlier in the movie. I put a big blob of peanut butter back there. That is what seemed to work best, is having a trail leading up to the top of the trap and not just the bait on the top. And also, location-wise, I had the best success when putting it by a mouse entrance. So there is a little hole that they dug out in my coop right there. So I found that, and I put this ramp just barely outside this hole, and that seemed to do the trick, and I was able to get that mouse. I think it also being kind of against this wall too helped. So that's also something to keep in mind. I think it would work even better if I had it in the actual coop. I do really like the design of this mousetrap for that reason, is that this can be safely in a chicken coop. Right now I have some baby chicks living in the coop. They hatched a couple weeks ago, so if I were to put the mousetrap in here, they could just crawl right up and fall in. So until then, I cannot put the mousetrap directly in the coop. But I do like that mousetrap for that feature, that with full-grown chickens, this is a safe mousetrap for a chicken coop. It won't hurt the chickens. Conclusion, peanut butter up the ramp. I also put some chicken feed up the ramp too. to entice them in. And then gold at the end. Gold at the end. And then you've got yourself a winner trap.